Good morning, everyone. This is the weekend collective reading for September 29th and 30th of 2018. And as you can see, I have my assistants in the back. There's Charlie, there's Angel. I have Charlie's angels here. Honestly, how did I not think of this beforehand? They're going to get a raise for that. So if something resonates in today's reading, feel free to mention it in the comments. But if you want your own private reading or clarification on this weekend's reading, feel free to hit me up in the email address that is in the description. And if you guys, if you have the opportunity, if you haven't done this already, look up Zen Rose Garden on the Facebook platform. They're on all social platforms. It is a spiritual a la carte. You'll find what you're looking for in either a teacher or a class, and you can always reach out and give suggestions. Incredible people. So let's start. All right, let's see, what does... I want to do Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. This is by ErinLyn.Reads. And again, if something resonates, absolutely wonderful, outstanding, that makes me so happy. I would love for you to tell me in the comments. And if you're not quite sure, you want clarification, or you want to draw out the response a little bit more, the email address. So I want one or two cards from here. All right, I want that one. Which one? And remember, it doesn't matter if the cards are upside down or upright. It's how the story marries as a whole. All right, we have three cards, two of which are in reverse. Again, no biggie. It's how the story marries as a whole. The Eyes of Beauty, Positive Perception. We have the Cosmos in reverse. We have the Sun Dancers in reverse. So what I'm getting from this is, well, this weekend, you know, we've been doing so much great work as a whole. We have been progressing as people, and you know, don't think that the other shoe is going to fall in this. A lot of times when things start progressing, start getting better, we start worrying, okay, where is this going? And because so many times in the past, it was, okay, things start getting better, and then we take 2 steps back, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. That doesn't have to be the case this time. Your world is not being boxed in. This is a time of expansion of yourself. You've been putting out some wonderful intentions. Fueling it with doubt is not something that you want to do or that is fruitful for you. You're not teaching yourself a lesson. You don't need to do that. Learn to dance with the emotions of life. If you are dealing with an upheaval and you have like sorrow in your heart, learn to dance with that pain. Sit with it until it progresses. It'll be like a song that keeps playing in your head until you finally listen to the entire song, feel it out, and then you can move on to the next step. You have got to get into the dance of life. Get into the flow. Allow life to come your way and expect it to be good. Yes, life is going to have downfalls, but you can't focus or call upon those bad times. It's unfair to you. So, guys, you know, the weekend may not mean a lot to a lot of people because, you know, we are in an age of working on various days of the week. You know, the weekend can mean so many things. So this is a weekend for a lot of us. This is a time to relax. Don't use that time to relax to work yourself up. Why would you do that? I mean, you want to enjoy your time. You want to enjoy this life. You want to enjoy your perception. Allow yourself to enjoy what calls to you. So I want to do the Butterfly Oracle cards from Doreen Virtue. Let's see what transformation we need to focus on as a collective. Let's try and keep it around 2. If more come out, that's fine. But I want this one and not too many. I want yeah, okay, no. Try to keep it around 2. You get 4. That's what I'm being drawn to. So many messages. Graceful aging, finance, dietary change, end of an era. This is us coming out of the bottlenecking of the upheaval. It's one, seeing everything as new. It is bringing your vibration up through dietary changes. For one, for health. Take care of your health. It is so much fun to eat junk food and food that is like this convoluted mess that you'll see on some sort of channel, or, you know, how much a person can eat. You don't want to treat your body like a garbage dump. It's bringing you down. It weighs you down. It has adverse effects. So you are working on your vibration as a whole, that being the dietary one, and to focus on abundance coming into your life. We don't need to be in an age of lack anymore. Everything is a seed that you plant. Every thought is a moment to change the course of your life. You know, Buddha says, if you want to understand where your life is right now, look at your past. I'm paraphrasing, by the way. But if you want to see where your life is going, or if you want to see your future, look at your life right now. Now, there are two ways to look at that. Looking at the past, changing your perception on it, seeing everything that you have endured, everything that you have survived has brought you to this moment. Now, you can either drink from the cup of fear and progress in a world that starts getting smaller, getting safer, more controlled, but still smaller. Or you can take everything and where it's brought you and let it project you into greatness, the unknown, the moments that are incoming that are ever pliable. And you can drink from the cup of love, and it doesn't always have to be understanding. It can just be a point of trying to understand, if nothing, your emotions and how you react and how you can change that. Because all you have is this moment and your response to it. That is where you are going. That is why this is saying that, okay, there's an end of an era. You have the awareness of what you need to do. It is time to allow yourself to change for who you are, for what your soul is, and allow yourself to be the difference that you are. Allow yourself to age beautifully into that majestic picture that you have in your mind. Everybody's wants and needs are different. You cannot compare yours to anyone else's. Just compare yours from where you were to where you are, and what you've learned to who you want to be. And I hope that resonates. Let's see. What do your guides want you to know? I'm going to do that, and then I have an angel guidance and romance. That's what I'm being drawn to today. What do your guides want you to know? I did a live event talking about past lives last night with Zen Rose Garden. And I was, worried that I was going to be completely blank in talking on camera. Like, just completely forgot everything that I learned through hypnosis. I'm a certified hypnotist. So I was worried that I was going to completely forget what I have observed, and learned throughout the years. But you get into the zone, you face the discomfort of being on, in a way, being on display and talking to everyone. But when you start, you've already broken out of that shell. You don't have to be put back into that shell. And as I'm talking to these wonderful people, everything just starts flowing. Like your truth in it, your experience in it, your understanding of it, and people respond to that. Life truly mirrors what you put out. So yeah, you can face the discomfort, but it allows for so much opportunity and growth. And no matter what, you cannot go back in that box. You will not fit in that box. You're not meant to be boxed in. And with what I'm talking about. Okay, bravado and self-esteem. Guys, you have every single right to be confident in these changes that you are making. You don't have to be overly humble about it. That is a thing that we often do as people. We've been taught, oh, be humble, be wonderful. Your 5D self is the least humble thing that has ever existed. It knows your greatness. It knows where you are going and all the work that you've done, that you're doing, and that you are going to. It knows your greatness. You can acknowledge how far you've come. You can acknowledge your knowledge of something. It is okay. It is building your self-esteem. It is not arrogance. It is a healthy ego, which is important to have. There's healthy ego, and then there's unhealthy ego, and you're not unhealthy in this. You can say that you've done a good job because you have. You have overcome so many things. You've lived through every single bad day of your life, and you have progressed so much in every wonderful day. Let's see what Doreen Virtue's guidance from your angels wants to tell us. Okay. All right. I want these three. Nope, just these three. Didn't need much of a shuffle. And you know, sometimes these require a lot of shuffles, as you've seen in the videos, but sometimes the message just wants to come out. So allow yourself to be pulled to where you're guided to be pulled. So that's my lesson in this, and not having to shuffle everything a million times at once. Sometimes the message just wants to come out. See only love, cleanse and detoxify, and child. So this, guys, we grow up. Yes, I think I said this yesterday. I think I've said this, 10 times in the last week. Yeah, we grow. We get to adulthood. Some of us get to old age wonderfully. But you never lose that inner child, that inner goofball. You don't have to lose that. And this is your time to reclaim it. This is time to get rid of the toxicity in your life. It's your own respect to say, okay, this doesn't work for me anymore. I can't do this anymore. I need to do this. This is what I'm being drawn to. It can go for any situation. It can go for trying to establish a new dynamic in your own personal relationships. This can go with career. This can go with just a new phase of your life and who you are. My mother used to work with a man who was this gorgeous long-haired biker, leather everywhere. And I'm a vegan, so, not about the leather, but, it was a different time. Well, I was like 8 years old at the time, so whatever. But, he's this total hardcore biker guy, completely covered in leather, beard, hair, gorgeous man. And he was covered in tattoos. And one day he comes in. My mother didn't recognize him because he had shaved. He had cut his hair. He wasn't wearing leather anymore. And he actually was wearing a suit. He had to convince my mother who he was, but he allowed himself to change. He was allowing himself to move on from an era that he had been in for so long. That is the same thing that you can do. Yeah, you've been in a certain spot for years, but sometimes it's simply time for a change for you, and you're called to do it. So follow it. See only love. See everything through the eyes of love in this. Everything has taught you who you are and where you want to go. So allow the change to be in honor of that. And let's see if you came here for love today, because love is the progress in everything and the desire of everything in life. I don't know your relationship status, nor is it a huge deal. We're going to see if we are speaking to your singlehood or your relationships. Miss Doreen Virtue. I have a ton of Doreen Virtue. I love the woman. And I have new card artists and empaths who are coming in that I am acquiring for different messages. Yeah, you can have a million decks. You can have one. Doesn't matter. The message will come through as you see fit, or as the message needs to be seen fit. I want that one. And this one. Yeah, I want those two. That feels good. That feels like where we are at as a collective. All right, now speaking to singlehood first. You cannot worry about what could have been with an ex. Well, first you have to allow yourself the process of letting that relationship die off, Because if you don't, you are going to carry those supposed red flags into the incoming relationships. And it was not you who was unlovable. It's just you guys aren't compatible. You guys have different core wants and needs, and that is something that you need to truly honor. Yes, this person could have been everything that you wanted, but it's not who they are. So know that there is a better suited match for you, and know that, for one, you don't need a match. You are whole in yourself. You don't need another person to complete you. And to suggest so, it really puts out a sense of unworthiness, which, you know, that would make a person feel like they have to live up to some sort of crazy expectation. That's not the case. You are perfect in yourself, progressing perfectly imperfect just as you are, constantly bettering yourself through your own eyes. Another person can't do that for you. They can only love you in your true form, which, as we are constantly changing, is a constant reacquaintance of itself. So, if this is speaking to your singlehood, continue to work on yourself and know that you don't need anyone, that you need to release that ex for the sake of holding on to false red flags. The person coming in is not like this person. So keep that in mind, I suppose. But if this is speaking to a current relationship, two things about it. One, you have to either allow the idea of letting them go, that the relationship is no longer working for you, that the mutual attraction is no longer mutual, and they deserve to find their own happiness, and that it is not a public service to stay into a stay in a bad relationship with the idea that you don't want to hurt someone, because the time wasted is time that you don't get back. If there isn't an authentic form of love, let them go. But if this is speaking to a relationship where you do want to stay together, well, you have to be unafraid of projecting those negative feelings and emotions on the other person, and you can't hold them to past events. Stop holding them to past events. They have changed from it. They are not the same person, and they don't deserve it. And why do you keep punishing them and yourself? Let it go. Allow for the change to happen. Allow yourselves to come into a new chapter together. Like I said, you guys are in constant state of renewal. All right? So I hope that resonates. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you, let me know through email if you want clarification on your own personal reading. Thank you so much for showing up today and for the weekend read. I'll see you all Monday. Stay safe. Have fun. I'll talk to you soon. And don't forget to check out Zen Rose Garden, and don't forget to reach out. Everything's in the description. Much love and light to you guys. Have a great weekend.